Sairam, Sri Sai Satcharitra, chapter 4, page number 18. And the heading of this paragraph is Dictum of Gauli Bua. An old devotee by name Gauli Bua, aged about 95 years, was a Varkari of Pandhari. He stayed for 8 months in Pandharpur, and for 4 months, that is between Ashada to Kartika, July and November, on the banks of Ganges. He had a donkey with him for carrying his luggage and a disciple of his as his companion. Every year he made his wari or trip to Pandharpur and came to Shirdi to see Sai Baba, whom he loved the most. He used to gaze at Baba saying, "This is Pandarinatha, Vithala incarnate, the merciful Lord of the poor and helpless." This Gaudi Bua was an old devotee of Vithoba and many had made many trips to Pandari. And he testified that Sai Baba was a real Pandarinatha. Now, this speaks about how the divine is one, yet divine appears in the way we want. The divine, let us say, we are talking about Sri Shirdi Sainath Maharaj. In the form and name, like the way we have seen. But he is not to the confines of that body, nor that name, nor the appearance. He is whatever you want him to be. He is everything that you want him to be, is what he is saying, what we need to understand. So now this, to start with, this gentleman, Gaudi Bua, at that ripe age of 95 years. So if he has been doing this, he was a bachelor. It has been mentioned in another Sai Leela magazine. He was taking this, trip to Ganges from a very young age. So you can imagine, even if he has started at the age of 20, at least for about 75 years, he's been a Varkari. What is a Varkari? People from Maharashtra will be more well-versed. Devotees of Vithala, it started by Vithala devotees. From their native lands, they walk up to Pandharpur and take the darshan of Vithala. So, and then head back to their, their native lands, native places. So that process of walking from their native land to Pandharpur was called as Varis, the walk. So the one who takes that walk are called as Varkaris. Now it is very prevalent in Shirdi also. You see many palkis coming from different places. People walk from different places of Maharashtra, from Mumbai, from Pune, from different Kolhapur, everywhere people come by walk to Shirdi. They carry a palki of Baba in which there is Lord's photograph along with Dattatreya. So it is called Dattanchi Palki in Marathi. Dattanchi Palki is very famous in Maharashtra. So they carry the Palki of Baba. Their devotion is unimaginable. Their love is unimaginable. Now this Gauli Bua speaks when he was gazing at Baba that he is Vithala himself. He is an incarnate of Vithala. He is an embodiment of love. He is a fulfiller of the desires of poor and needy. So what possibly Gauli Bua predicted, the same thing is happening today. Like people go to Wari, that is, Varkaris go to Pandharpur. Likewise, people go to Shirdi as Varkaris. That's number one. Now, if we can, forget about Baba for a moment. If we can look at Gauli Bua, a man who has done wari, that is, he has walked for 75 odd years, and he has been spending 4 months every year at the holy Ganges, at the banks of holy Ganges. Obviously, he is not sitting there just to spend time. He's a yogi, he's a siddha, he's a sadhaka. If that man has to gaze at Baba and say that this is Vithala, this is my Pandarinatha, this is the one who is a fulfiller of all my, all the desires and protector of poor and needy, you can imagine. We can imagine the how Baba used to look, what he is. None other than someone who has practiced for 75, 80 years has stated that this is an avatar of Vithala himself. He is an incarnate of Vithala himself. So we are under the wings of such a master. We are in the custody of such a master. Our Guru is so, such a Purnavatara. We are so lucky to be the disciples of Sri Sainatha. Going forward in this very subject, in this very topic, now what happens? This is our, emotional as well as our conviction and our love to our Lord's expression of love to our Lord. But now you look at it this way. Look at, in Avadhuta Sampradaya, in the eyes of Avadhutas, Kulavadhutas, we always say thoughts into realities. You are what you think. You will see what you want to see. When Gauli Bua looks at Sri Sainatha, he sees Vithala. The guru, a true master will manifest in the shape, in the name, in the form that you have worshipped any other devotee, or any other form of God, any other form of divine. The way it manifests, like in Shirdi, many people, when Baba was sitting, a Rama Bhakta who walks into Dwarka Mai, he just bows his hand and looks where Baba used to sit, and there it was Lord Rama standing with his dhanush. So, and Baba was not there. Suddenly, when he gets, a little shocked, and he turns around and he sees, yes, there is Baba sitting there. So, whatever a guru, a true master will manifest, not just the way he is appearing now, the way you have always worshipped your guru or your God, the chosen divine, chosen deity, he appears that way. What does it mean? It only goes on to say everything is one. We see as Saipanthis and as Kulavadhutas of under the auspice of Saipanth, we see all the gods and goddesses and avatars in Sri Sainatha. We see Sri Sainatha in all the gods and goddesses. So that has been one of the definitions of Saipanthis. That is exactly what Gauli Bua goes on to endorse. Gauli Bua, being such a staunch disciple and a devotee of Vithala, he looks at Baba and says, he is Vithala. He is an incarnate of Vithala. So that's the beauty. And besides endorsing the divinity of Baba, this is something which we need to understand. Whatever form and faith we have had before we reach to the abode and the feet of our true master, when we find our destination at the feet of our master, he appears like the way we have worshipped thus far. So that is the beauty of a true master, a guru. Now, the next paragraph, Vithala himself appeared. The story goes on. Sri Sai Baba was very fond of remembering and singing God's name. He always uttered Allah Malik, God is Lord. And his presence made others sing God's name continuously, day and night, for all 7 days of the week. This is called Nama Sapta. Once he asked Das Ganu Maharaj to do a Nama Sapta. He replied that he would do it provided he was assured that Vithala would appear at the end of seventh day. Then Baba, placing his hand on his chest, assured him that certainly Vitthal would appear. But for that, the devotee must be earnest and devout. The Dhankanpuri or Takora of Dakurnath, the Pandari of Vithala, the Dwarka of Ranchod, Sri Krishna, is here in Shirdi. One need not go far out to see Dwarka. Will Vithala come here from some outside place? He is here. Only when the devotee is bursting with love and devotion, Vithala will manifest himself here in Shirdi. Now, Nama Saptah. We all know what is Nama Saptah. Continuously, 24 hours, round the clock, people chant the name of God for 7 days. You start on Thursday morning, typically in Shirdi, I'm talking about, and end it on Wednesday midnight 12 or till the Thursday morning at the time where they have started the chanting. It is in a week's time. That is called Nam Sapta. It's not that one person or one group of one people or group of several people do that on rotation. Some people start and recite for 6 hours or 4 hours, 2 hours or whatever, and then another set merge, and then these people who have been chanting since morning, they relieve themselves. Likewise, this Nam Sapta continues. It goes on for 7 days. Sapta is a week and 7 days, right? So Baba always used to say Allah Malik, right? There is always a dispute in Shirdi that why is he a Muslim? He used to say that it's the same thing from a different place and different language. Why are you so divided? God is Lord. That's all I said. In a different language, that's about it. Anyway, so he used to say that, you conduct the Nam Sapta to people. Now, he called Dasganu Maharaj. Dasganu Maharaj, he says that, okay, fine, conditions always apply. Even disciples and devotees put conditions to Lord. I'll do this. What is there in it for me? So he says that I want such a nice, not in a negative way. He says that I want to have the darshan of Vithala. Here, Baba explains, he just doesn't make a promise to Dasganu Maharaj that, Vithala will appear, don't worry. He makes a complete explanation of Shastras. This has all the meanings of Shastras. He says that omnipresence and omnipotency of God or the divine cannot be questioned. In whichever form and name you worship the God, wherever you are, he'll appear there. You don't have to go in search of anything. When he says that, Shirdi, you don't have to, you be in Shirdi, you will get the darshan of Dwarkadisha, to Vithala, to Ranchod Das, anybody and everybody or any place is here in Shirdi. What it means is, and he also in some other instances has said, is Shirdi is everywhere. And he says Shirdi is in you. You are the Shirdi. You are the walking and talking Shirdi. So what it means is, it doesn't make a difference. It just doesn't make a difference. Provided there is a caveat. There is a proper, condition that applies. How deeply you are involved. How much do you, how much you are one with the God. So you don't have to go places. Wherever you are, God appears there. I will give you a small story to correlate. There was one yogi in Karnataka. I don't remember the name though. He was a Veerashaiva, that is Shaiva, Lingayat, whatever. So this yogi, he was sleeping in a temple with his legs rested on shivling. Both his legs are rested on shivling and he is resting inside the temple, inside the sanctum sanctorium. So some of the devotees come Some of the pandits and pujaris, they come and they open, they are shocked. They said, what are you doing? You are resting your legs on Shivling, whom we worship. So he says, yes, I am. But you don't notice I am also sleeping on Shivling. I am also, my head is resting on Shivling. My hand is resting on Shivling. They said, no, you're wrong. We can see you are on the floor. Your feet is on Shivling. How can you insult? We will behead you. We will punish you. We'll do this, we'll do that. And how dare you? So he says, fine, you do one thing. Before punishing me for what I did, in your eyes, the sin or a crime, please shift. I'm an old man. I can't lift my legs. So kindly lift my legs and keep where the shivling is not there. And after that, you punish me. You behead me, no problem. So those people, okay, taking a little bit of pity on him. So they lift his leg and try to keep down. A shivling appears. Anywhere they try to keep his feet, the shivling appears. On its own, the udbhava happens. Then all the devotees, they are shocked and they say that they fall at his feet and apologize and say, who are you? He says, I am the same Shiva whom I am worshipping. And there is no place on this earth or in the whole universe where there is no Shiva. Where do I keep my feet? On my own head, if I keep my feet, there is Shiva. There is no place on this earth where there is no Lord Shiva. So that is how it is. Please let me go. So people fall at his feet and all the shivlings disappear and only the one in sanctorium is is left and he is just walking and they ask him one question. Do you have any upadesh, a word to say that for us to practice? He just says one thing before he walks. Shivoham, Shivoham. When he says that, everybody is like, unke to, they all rongte khade ho jate hain. I mean, they are like so mesmerized. He just says, I am the Shiva. I am the Shiva whom I am worshipping. Aham Brahmasmi. The same thing he just says in one word, Shivoham, Shivoham. Right? So this is a similar story what Baba gave to Das Guru Maharaj. He says, when you are one with the divine, it appears in whichever form, name, and entity that you want, and wherever you want. There is no place where there is no Vithala. There is no place where there is no Lord Vishnu or Krishna. There is no place where there is no Sainatha. It is in Shirdi, and the whole universe is Shirdi. There is absolute non-dualism. If somebody is asking that where Baba has said Advaita, here it is in Sri Sai Satcharitra, in his examples, that Baba says oneness of everything. Everything is everywhere. You are everywhere and nowhere. You are what you are worshipping. Complete Advaita is what Baba has taught us. Right? That is what he says. And only when devotees is bursting with love and devotion, Vithala will manifest himself in Shirdi here. What does God want? The whole universe, the primordial underlying connect is love and compassion. A selfless love and compassion, that is all you need. And when you are at the epitome of love and compassion, that is when Vithala will appear here in Shirdi or anywhere that you want. So that's what Baba tells, right? After the Sapta was over, Sri Dasguru Maharaj performs the Nama Sapta. After the Sapta was over, Vithala did manifest himself. in the following manner. Kaka Sahib Dikshit was, as usual, sitting in meditation after his bath. He saw Vithala in his vision. When he went at noon for Baba's darshan, Baba asked him point blank, did Vitthal Patil come? Did you see him? He is a very truant fellow. Catch him firmly, otherwise he will escape if you are even a little inattentive. This happened in the morning, and at noon there was another Vithala darshan. A hawker came there for selling 25 to 30 pieces of Vithoba. This picture exactly tallied with the figure that had appeared in Kaka Sahib's vision. On seeing this and remembering Baba's words, Kaka Sahib Dikshit was very much surprised and delighted. He bought one picture of Vithoba and placed it in his shrine for worship. Now, after the Sapta was done, as Baba had promised, the appearance of Vithala occurs in Shirdi. Now, very interesting. When we, as devotees and disciples, we seek the darshan of the divine. When we seek the darshan of divine, we are not mindful of the fact that are we capable enough to have the darshan of divine in its full form and name. For example, we all love Baba, our Guru, our Master, our Datta, our God. In every form, name that we worship, it is Him. Whomever we worship Him. We see Him in every god and goddesses. We see every god and goddesses in Him. So that's our Guru. Now, just imagine we desire to have the darshan, actual in flesh and blood, in the same form. Can we handle it? Just when you wake up in the morning, just imagine you open your door, there's a knock on your door, you open the door, there Sri Sainath Maharaj is standing. We won't be able to take it. We will faint. We will be in a state of shock for sure. We can't handle that. So the divine is so compassionate. It is so compassionate that he knows what is it that you can absorb. How much can you take? A mother knows how much to feed the child. A doctor knows what is the dosage that needs to be given to an infant, to the elders, or what. Likewise, the divine knows what is the ability to absorb. How much can a disciple accept, feel, take the energies of the divine? Accordingly, divine appears. And Baba particularly was extremely cryptic in his talks. And he was very mischievous. He used to be very mischievous, always laughing and smiling. And I mean, of course, people have read only one part where he gets angry and this and that. No, otherwise, by and large, Baba used to be extremely cheerful, very mischievous, always pulling somebody's leg or the other, having fun, making everybody laugh, lighten up. Whoever goes to Dwarka Mai, they used to lighten up, smile, laugh. I mean, of course, extreme situations, he used to be radical and he used to be very fierce. But otherwise, by and large, he was very peaceful, always cheerful, and he was very mischievous, as I said. And he used to speak in a very cryptic manner. Baba is in every thought of ours. He knows everything. He has said that very clearly. There's no privacy once you become my disciple. I know every thought of yours. I know every emotion of yours. I know every word of yours. I know every deed of yours. There's nothing which I don't know. I may plead ignorance out of my own choice to not to make you uncomfortable. I know your emotions. There is nothing which is hidden from me, but I am a Mayavi. Mayavi is the one who has grown above Maya and also uses Maya to for the benefit of his followers. So that is a Mayavi. So he says, I am a Mayavi. I plead ignorance. I plead innocence. I know nothing. People think I know nothing. I know every aspect, every breath I know of a person. So when Kakasaheb Dikshit gets the vision of Vithala, he says, so did Vitthal Patil, Patil was head of the village those days. So Vitthal, did he come in your dreams? But hold him very tight, huh? He is very, very, he can just vanish. It's very difficult to hold him. He's very, very, he's like a Mercury. He just goes around. He's a very truant fellow, right? Catch him firmly, otherwise he will escape if you are even a little inattentive. What does he mean? It's not a simple cryptic message. Your attention, if it wavers, the Vithala will vanish. Vithala, in other words, the divine, your guru. Always at it. Your attention has to be on your divine all the time. It is pure yoga. What he has taught us is attention. Your attention has to be on the divine all the time. So you have to be at it all the time. You cannot, be lazy or you cannot take it light. You have to be at it. You have to hold firmly. He says your path has to be held firmly. Don't leave it. Your path, you hold it firmly. Your practices be regular. Your attention be regular on. You keep your attention regularly on your guru. Only then he is in your control. What does he mean holding firmly? It only means that be very firm to the order you follow. Be one with your guru. Be regular in your practices. Then you will hold your guru firmly. Otherwise, he'll escape because that's where the Maya will strike. That's where the whole process will go tipsy-turvy. That's what Baba has said. For we Avadhutas, our interpretation. So this happened in the morning. And yeah, by noon, some hawker brings Vitthala's photo, which exactly resembles the vision which Kakasaheb Dikshit had. So Kakasaheb Dikshit buys one photo of Vithala and then he keeps it in his temple. So Baba knew that what is the vision that Kakasaheb Dikshit will have, right? So there is next story where Bhagwant Rao Kshirosagar story. How fond was Baba of Vitthal worship was illustrated in Bhagwant Rao Kshirosagar's story. The father of Bhagwant Rao was a devotee of Vithoba and used to make waris, that is annual trip, by walk to Pandharpur. He also had an image of Vithoba at home, which he worshipped. After his death, the son stopped everything. The wari, the worship, the Shraddha ceremony, etc. When Bhagwant Rao came to Shirdi, Baba, on remembering his father, at once said, his father was my friend, so I dragged him, the son, here. He never offered Naivedya, and so he starved Vithala and me. So I brought him here. I shall remonstrate with him now and set him to worship. This is a very, very deep meaning. This will bring certain amount of questions in our minds. What are those questions we will address first? Needless to say, Baba was a Siddha. He was a Siddha with all the Siddhis, Ashtamaha Siddhis, and beyond there are 72 Siddhis. He was a master of all, obviously. Purnamtara of Adiguru Dattatreya. He was a master of Shudra. Shudra is easily attainable Siddhis, Madhyama Siddhis, Uttama Siddhis, Atyuttama Siddhis, Sarvottama Siddhis, Ashtamaha Siddhis, Anima, Mahima, Laghima, Prakaryam, Prapti, all the Siddhis. He knew, he had everything, just like Lord Hanuman. Sri Hanuman had all the Siddhis. So when you have all the Siddhis, when you see a person, just you look at the person, you will see the past, present, and the future of that person. He knows, as a Siddha, you will know everything. Baba was a Siddha. Now here is a very, surprising element, a very small story. There is a surprise element. Sri Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar, his father, Baba says we were friends. And this boy, Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar, he had stopped the, Shraddha ceremony. He stopped worshipping Vithala. So Vithala and me starved. He did not take up varis like his father did. Now you just let us not read the story. Now, as we know that he's a Siddha with all the Siddhis. Now, just one question which arises. Multiple questions. The first one. How did Baba know about Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar's father? He has never seen. Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar has not come to Shirdi, or he may or may not. He has passed. How does Baba know about it? No, he not performing the varis and all those rituals. Of course, Baba, he knowing the past, present, and the future. Here, what we need to understand, very, very deep meaning in this, and a deep, uh, message what Baba has said. Once I accept you, till your salvation, till you become one with me, you are mine. I shall never let you go. Bhagwant Rao Kshirosagar's father knew Baba. In other words, he was in whichever form, name, in whichever birth. He was a devotee and a disciple of Sri Sainath Maharaj. And that relationship continues because moksha and mukti, till we become one with our Lord, he will never let us go. We may leave and go. Our own ego, influence of Maya, ahankar, whatever we may go, but he will never let us go. That is our guru. That is a true master. That's a true guru. So here, Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar's father, Baba says we were friends. And here he also is saying that I am the Vithala. I am a friend of Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar's father. So Bhagavant Rao Kshirosagar was a friend of Vithala. In whichever in whichever way, if you look at it, it will start opening up the deep-rooted meaning in this small paragraph, where one's Lord accepts us as his devotees and disciples till we become one with him. In other words, attain oneness, attain moksha, mukti, or shunya. He'll never let us go. He will remember. He will draw us to himself. That is the thing. And coming back to this very simple story as we read, he said that I drew him to myself. Why is it that way? Here, one thing which is missed, which I am sure. One is the traditions. Second, being aware of the traditions. Third, to continue the traditions, commitment made to continue the traditions. Bhagwant Rao Kshirosagar's son knew the traditions. had committed to follow the traditions. He was supposed to follow the traditions, but he did not do that. That is what Baba says. It is not about you have to. He says that when you knew and when you committed, that was your oath, that was your promise, that was your sankalpa, you have to fulfill. What is Baba's intent in all these things? He was a-ritualistic. He was non-ritualistic. He never advocated any rituals. But why did he pull up Bhagwant Rao Kshir Sagar, that, you are not offering me Naivedya. I am starving and so is Vithala. You're not performing a Shraddha of your father. You're not doing your varis. Why is it that he said, Baba said, is only because Bhagwant Rao Kshir had made that commitment. Baba always fulfills our commitments. Baba always makes us fulfill our commitments, the oath we have taken, promise that we have made, the sankalpa which we have made. That is what Baba is there to fulfill. He says that, look, I have drawn him to myself just to ensure that he fulfills Sankalpa. He is not advocating any rituals. He is not saying that do this or don't do this. When you have committed to do this, do it. Otherwise, I'll draw you. I'll make sure that you do it. And then you are done. We also say we follow so many rituals. We do this. Should we continue? Should we not continue? Is there a meaning in what we are doing? Is there any sense? Once you bring those sankalpas to your guru and put it at his feet and say, hence, I submit all this at your feet, Lord. I only chant your name. I only worship you. There is nothing beyond you, nothing over you, nothing above you. I submit myself. All my Kula Devata is you. My Ishta Devata is you. My Guru is you. My God is you. There is none other than you. So when you submit yourself, when you are attaining oneness with him, all these rituals, oaths, and practices that you have been doing or you have taken an oath to do becomes dissolves one with him. I'm giving you my own example. I was advocated so many things. I have performed so many rituals. I was asked to go to my Kuladeva so many times. I did a few times, and then I stood in front of my Lord in Shirdi and said, Lord, you are my Kuladeva. You are my Atma Deva. You are my Guru. You are my God. You are my everything. Anyatha Sharanam Nasti, Tvameva Sharanam Mama. I said, nothing other than you, nothing above you, nothing beyond you. It is you. You want me to do, make me do. Otherwise, I just am committed to Shirdi. You and me. That's it. Nothing beyond. From that day, miraculously, all my confusions, this was way back, gosh, 25 odd years ago. 27 years ago. So after that day, there's absolutely nothing. Just him and me. Wherever I go, you guys drag me to Himalayas, you guys drag me to here and there. I only see my Baba. I enjoy the company. I enjoy the travel with my fellow Avadhutas of, Kula Avadhutas of Saipanth. But then I know whom I belong to. Have that clarity. Know whom you belong to. That's it. Go anywhere. Go everywhere. End of the day, you know whom you belong to. That is exactly what he says in Bhagwant Rao Kshir Sagar's story. Right. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Sai Ram.